Hi, I'm Lemmy from Lotr. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're painting Thrór, King Under the Mountain, one of the greatest dwarf kings ever in my opinion, except for Dane. Dane is the best dwarf ever, can't change my mind about that, but today we're painting Thrór, finally. And yeah, don't really have other updates now I think about it. Still trying to paint my way to get to the biggest dwarf army on YouTube. Maybe I'll post a little update on what I already have painted from the list. I'll drop the list down below if I don't forget. And yeah, and I also got that distracted by the Torrens company box my wife bought me. Yeah, oops. But it's gonna be part of the biggest dwarf army on YouTube somehow. Realized I said last video biggest dwarf army in the world. That's not gonna happen. I ain't that rich. Maybe YouTube, maybe one day. I'm still trying to grow it. But fuck me, it's way too hot in here. We had the heat wave and oh, the house is still giving off a lot of heat. It's insane. So I'm sorry if I look like I'm sweating I'm sweating like there's no tomorrow. It's insane. I can barely concentrate. Alright. You came here to see how I painted my Thrór. Let's get right into the video. Today I'm trying something different. Today you're gonna keep seeing my face and see if people like it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'll be reading from a phone, so you'll have to excuse me if I keep looking down. I usually do this off camera, because I don't know my painting schemes by heart. So first off I started with kantor blue. Of course I did the base like the other dwarves in his army. Then black primer. Then I started painting kantor blue on the cloth parts. Mainly because if you look at Games Workshop, they tend to use a lot of blue in him, and it kind of ties in with one of my first videos I made about the old school Erebor dwarves. They were a lighter blue, but still I wanted to tie everything in and make it so, yeah, I could use Thrór and old school Erebor if I ever wanted to. Probably don't, because I really like how my normal Erebor is looking at the moment. It's chef's kiss. Al dente. If you know, you know. So yeah, kantor blue on most of his just cloth parts. Not really on the armor parts or anything. And I guesstimated where there would be cloth. It's a very detailed model, but not clear in its detail in some parts, or maybe it's just me laying on my spray paint way too thick. Could be that as well. Now I decided before I painted his crown or anything else to paint cadian fleshtone on his face, mainly because I'm gonna mess up the crown. I'm gonna mess up the face. Not gonna mess up his face. I knew I was gonna paint his face pretty sloppily, and it's easier to get the details right and not paint anything else when it's raised above a place. And I got that from Swords and Brushes. He's a really chill guy, by the way. When I first started on Instagram, I tagged the guy. He actually answered, because I didn't realize he would actually get the notification or anything, because I never used Instagram really like that before. And that's where I started before I even made a YouTube channel. And the guy even chatted with me a little bit. He's very fucking chill. I not to swear. He's very chill, really like the guy. Very positive, very nice feedback as well. 10 out of 10, love him. XV88 is next. I used that on his, well, on his cloak he has, it's very furry, it's like a fur cloak. And everywhere there is fur I painted XV88 because I like to do this thing with speed paint. Is it called a speed paint? Fuck me. I like to do this thing with contrast paints where I lay a base color of a similar. I like to do this thing with contrast paints that I first paint broke in the color. It's something that's a little lighter than the contrast paint I'm going to use over it. Personally, I think it looks greater, way better than just grey or anything else, or white or black. It gives it more depth in my opinion, but that's just the way I paint it. That's just the way I paint. Now, stormvermin fur for his hair and his big beautiful beard as well. Wish I could grow my beard like that, but my wife doesn't let me. She is my hairdresser and I think I'm gonna cut that out. And I've used this with Durin as well. It's a very nice way to paint a nice detailed grey beard. If you have seen my Durin video, you know what I'm gonna do with this later in the video. Now for a very fun part, and that is Liberator Gold. I use this on his crown, his plate armor. That's the way you say it in English, I think. If you didn't know, I'm from Belgium, Flanders to be specific, so fuck me, I already know way too many languages. So yeah, plate armor, Liberator Gold. I try to paint a lot of thin layers, but I'm not that patient anymore. When I started the hobby when I was 14, I used to have a lot of patience and I could lay 4, 5, 6 layers, no problem. I was enjoying myself. But now I'm getting closer to 30 and yeah, the patience has evaporated with the years. But I still try to make a lot of thin layers to make sure his armor looks great. I know big bumps, because if you use thicker layers it's harder to make one thick even layer and you'll be more likely to lose details. Okay, next part of his armor is his chainmail. It's not a lot, but I used ironbreaker for it. Later on you're gonna see how I did a bluish hue on it. It's not that hard actually, but I really like how it ties in the armor with his normal clothes. And it makes it look a little bit more, well, fantasy, more magical, more badass even. Now, the contrast paint, snakebite leather, I used that where I used XV88. I do this before the oils. I do this before the shades purely because if I fuck up and it's already shaded, I need to do the base first. The base layer I did and the shade paints makes it a little bit more easier. So yeah, snakebite leather, and I really like how it ends up looking. It looks a little bit more natural, a little bit there are some little imperfections, but it makes it look more organic, more natural, and for me that's one of the main reasons I really like this. It's not perfect, but it does look good. If that makes any sense. I'm trying not to swear because one Redditor said that he was enjoying my video until I started swearing, so maybe I'll put up on the screen his comment. I really like that feedback and I try to listen to as much feedback as I can. Now, favorite part of the entire painting process for me is the shades. And I start off with nuln oil because that's the best shade. Maybe Agrex is the best out. Nuln oil on his beard, the metal parts, even the Liberator Gold part, because I think it looks way better than the Reikland fleshshade on gold, because it makes it look a little bit more worn, and yeah, just a personal preference of mine. On the blue, the chainmail, pretty much everywhere we painted that's not flesh. Once the nuln oil was dry, I decided to first tackle the beard. I used dawnstone to highlight the beard as best as possible and his hair as well. And I say as best as possible because I do have a case of shaky hands. They're not very stable, so I try to make it an advantage by trying to make my shakes part of my painting and give it a little bit more of an organic look. I don't know how to explain it, I'm a horrible YouTuber. Yeah. But it really gives a nice contrast with the nuln oil and the stormvermin fur layers we've already put down on his hair and beard, and it's a very nice way to paint grey beards. If you want another way to paint a very whitish grey beard, you can check out my Gandalf video. Also made to paint grey beards. Personally, depending on the person and the beard, I tend to use one of those two main things. Cadian fleshtone for the face, because where else? It's that easy. And also try to really pay attention that it pulls in the eyes especially, and other places where there is a little bit more detail. Not have like it overflowing, so it goes like this, the blob of reikland fleshshade. I really try to make it more subtle and not use too much of it, but yeah, once again, awful YouTuber here. And once again, I'm gonna start highlighting. I used Gehenna's gold to give little highlights, especially on the shield, to give it, well, a little bit more shine to it. Because Gehenna's gold is a little bit more shiny in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken. I might be colorblind, so what the fuck do I know? Why are you even watching this video? And yeah, I really think it makes him look a little bit more richer, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Also maybe on the zigzags in his beard you can put a little highlight there, and it's gonna draw the eye a little bit more as well to those places. So maybe actually I shouldn't have put it on the shield. I want people to look at his face. I put some effort in it. I used cadian fleshtone to just give a little highlight, mainly on the nose. If the eyebrows are very noticeable, I give a little highlight there as well. Mostly for heroes I tend to do this because they'll get a little bit more attention, they will be longer on the board, they deserve it. And to finally close off my painting scheme, I decided some Tyran blue on the chainmail parts, and so yeah, some Tyran blue on the chainmail parts, and it makes for a little bit more of a mystical feel to it. Personally, I like how it comes out when you try to push it a little bit more towards the edges, so it will give a little bit more of a gradual feel towards the other edge. So it feels more, yeah, like a transition in a way. Yeah, maybe you'll see in my painting scheme, probably you're watching a video, probably you're watching a picture right now of me showing my how it looks at the moment, or after the painting scheme, because this is the last part. I hope I can make a decent video out of this. Fuck me. Please do not have a laugh. So yeah, this is how I painted my Thrór. If you like this, you can drop a like below, maybe even subscribe if you feel like it, maybe share with your cat, because cats are awesome, instead of rabbits. Throw shade to J-Mac, the guy I actually fucking look up to. Shit, I fucking swore, fuck. Yeah, I'll cut out all those things. So yeah, like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video. And maybe comment what you want to see painted up next. I still have an Iron Hills Captain to paint, a Banner Bearer to paint, also Iron Hills. A big part of Durin's company still, Bilbo, Legolas, Tauriel. I have some Mirkwood Rangers I still need to paint, so yeah. Just tell me what you want to see and maybe I'll paint it up next. See you in the next one. Bye! It's a little sus. Been watching too much brain rot. What the fuck did I use X388 for? YouTube. Pictures. not here, that's actually 88. Oh no, yeah. Okay, so it's not vision. Why did I lock you? Alright. Painting buddy. 1 second. Wow. Just gonna open the door for you. Didn't need to squeeze through like I was gonna kill you or so. Yeah. Why do I have so much saliva? Just ate. I think painting buddy is gonna take a fat shit. Oh no, just alright. She looks at me like I'm crazy because I'm talking to a tripod at the moment. She really thinks I'm losing my marbles. Oh dear god, I am. Cadian fleshtone. I think I said cadian. Ah shit, I fucked up. I hope that's recording. Oh fuck yeah.